An Airbus A330 flying at 39,000 feet loses its right engine. A few minutes later, it loses its other only working engine. It's now flying at 33,000 feet with still around 120 kilometers from its nearest airport. Welcome to Aviation Tales. If you are new here, then do subscribe to our channel. It was August 24, 2001. Air Transit Flight 236 operating an Airbus A330. There were 293 passengers and 13 crew on board, a total of 306. It was a transatlantic flight for Lisbon, Portugal from Toronto, Canada. The pilot in command is Captain Robert, a 48-year-old experienced pilot with more than 16,000 hours of experience. His first officer is Derek DJ, a 28-year-old pilot with 4,800 hours of flight experience. The aircraft is flying over its crucial altitude of 39,000 feet. At 4:38 am, the fuel begins to leak from the right engine. A few minutes later, one of the pilots notices low oil temperature and high oil pressure on the right engine. They continue to monitor the instruments. At 5:36 am, the pilot receives a warning of fuel imbalance. There is more fuel on the left wing than the right. As they didn't receive any warning related to fuel leakage, they follow the standard procedure of shifting fuel from the left wing to the right. The first officer notices the aircraft had burned more fuel than the usual, and the fuel transfer made the situation even worse. It made to lose more fuel through leak. The captain ordered the flight attendant to check any fuel leak on the wing, but due to the darkness, they couldn't see anything. The pilot decided to divert the plane to Lodges Air Force Base, which was the nearest airport at 300 kilometers away. They declare a fuel emergency. After some time, with 217 kilometers from Lodges, the right engine stops working due to the insufficient fuel supply. Now the aircraft is flying with just one engine at 39,000 feet. With a single engine, the aircraft cannot fly at such high altitude, so they decided to descend to a much lower altitude. They descend to 33,000 feet. A mayday call was called by the captain. At 6:26 am, with 120 kilometers remaining to the airport, the left engine flames out. Now the plane is flying without engines. It loses all its electrical system. The ram air turbine is deployed automatically to power the basic cockpit instruments. The military ATC is guiding the airplane to the airport. They can glide the plane to the airport, but any mistake would crash the A330. They approach the airport, but they are too high and too fast. They have to execute a 360-degree turn and a series of yes turns to dissipate their excess altitude. Now they are lined up with the runway. Landing gears is deployed. At 6:45 am, the plane touchdowns hard on the runway. It bounces once and then it touchdowns again. It makes a successful landing with just 700 meters of the runway to spare. All the passengers and crew are safe. Now the investigation begins. It was started by the Portugal Aviation Accident and Investigation Department, along with the French and Canadian authorities. The final report stated that the cause of the accident was a fuel leak in the right engine, which was caused due to an incorrect part installation in the hydraulic system during their maintenance. They had replaced the engine as a part of routine maintenance using a spare engine that was lent by the Rolls-Royce from another older model. The engine didn't include a hydraulic pump. They ordered to use a part from a similar engine, an adaptation that didn't maintain adequate clearance between the hydraulic lines and the fuel lines. This lack of clearance allowed chuffing between the lines to rupture the fuel lines and cause the leak. They were fined with 250,000 Canadian dollars. Pilot error was also listed in the report. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, then please like, share, and want to see more content in aviation, then do hit the subscribe button and don't miss to press the bell icon to get notified on the latest content.